here. Welcome in, welcome in. It's race.
Said they're not serving one anymore.
Race number 10 of the season here in ISRC, Truck Series League we're in. We're here at New Hampshire this week. Up here in the Northeast. Relatively flat track. We got 135 laps here. Relatively short race it should be theoretically, but you know, cautions and all that. But they only put one lap of qualifying too, so yeah, looks like we're provisional 13 so far. Yeah, truck setup is loose to say the least. So we'll see how it goes for us. But qualifying is gonna wrap up. We're gonna have our usual 5-minute warm up in here. And we'll grid up and see how it goes. But pretty much no shot for the playoffs to make it unless we somehow magically win the next two races. But we're still gonna race hard and try to compete. So been another tough season. Just luck hasn't fallen our way. Only got 8 races left in the season. So we'll just try to finish them off strong if nothing else. Looks like we got 27 trucks though. It's not bad. Get the broadcast running in the background.
Though has time for just one lap. He has to be perfect as he crosses the line. He should have 5 seconds of buffer zone to get this lap in. It's either qualifying inside of our top 20 or not at all.
I guess if Jesse doesn't get in here, we can just go back to the other chat. But we'll get the broadcast going in the background
too.
too.
No grip on that qualifying run, so he'll be starting outside. That's
but as you can see here, we also have our heart rate on our screen now. So
clicks away.
That's the end of the session.
Isaac
P16.
Shelley gonna be on
session ended. Looks like we're starting
Isaac
16th.
Shelley, quick time, and he will enjoy this one as drivers have been searching for speed all around, and Shelley will
definitely
find
gonna have our work cut out for us tonight. But hey, crazier things have happened in this league. So.
One of drivers. This is just the 10th.
But I appreciate y'all tuning in. We're up to 85 subscribers here on YouTube.
John Forbes, the only driver with 2 pulls this season.
Gaining the last few days, so I'd love to see it on our way to 100 here for the end of the year.
As we have finished up qualify, finished up practice, and we are now entering
into our warm-up zone on the channel too, streaming that, so that's a good alternative to the iRacing.
Take a look at any of our past stats.
Been kind of taking a little break from iRacing, you know.
Here this evening, we're first
get a little burned out of it.
The standings entering tonight, because like we talked about, there's about a 5-4 car battle on who could get that final
but, we'll see how this one goes.
in the playoffs. Just 12 drivers based off just raw points will automatically
we're going to have 135 laps around here. Stage will be lap 30. Again, we are staying with the no yellow at the stage. If we get a caution at lap 25 or later, that will be considered the stage. Points will be awarded to the top 10, conclusion of lap 30, or if we get a yellow after lap 25. We will get 4 additional sets of tires, no faster pay, 3 green-white checkers if needed. We will have initial start on green. Any restarts will be on the leader. Once they enter the Geico restart zone, if they don't initiate the start within that zone, then the restart is on green. Make sure to stay to the right on pit road to avoid accidents and penalties. Also, We're going to rely, like always, heavily on iRacing yellows. We get spun off racing surface on the backstretch or in the corner, something like that. iRacing doesn't throw the yellow, we're not going to throw it. But if we see something on track, we need to be worthy of a caution, like a pile up,
because it's been a
and
wild
we'll throw the
schedule.
yellow.
A lot of variety on the
Back
different
from that,
winners.
let's try to have
John
a clean
Force,
race.
as
We had a
well
good
as
race
Nick
last week at
Crawford,
Auto
two
Plus.
drivers that have gotten
Try to have
to
another
this
good one here.
season. Variety
Get
past
a
that,
little,
though. Mark Whitley's been in
give each
victory
other
lane.
some space
Sour's
and get in the
brother,
groove,
Presley
and
Soar, has
then
been
we
in
can get some
victory lane.
racing.
Vincent Soar
Hopefully
just
some
2
green
weeks
flag.
ago
Quick
got
stop.
his win, and like we were talking about during the qualifying, Thomas Green might be one of the big favorites to watch
We'll
out
see.
for here this evening.
I really think Thomas Green
Fastest lap
definitely will
for
be one of those
Garcia,
because
30.72.
you look even in Iowa, yeah, Presley
shall
Soar
see.
was the
I think I'm
winner
just
of
gonna
that
ride
race.
around in
Thomas Green
fourth gear,
dominated
though.
Hey, can you
that
hear me?
race, So
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
loud and clear, bud.
YouTube
for him to carry
is
some
Hey,
momentum
what's up,
over.
man?
Hey, how are
We
you?
got Charlotte next
aside
week
from
and
that,
Atlanta
Good.
Motor
everything.
Speedway to end it off, and that
Oh,
is not
no
the Super
change your name
Speedway version.
before
That
That's
he's
the
you
old
start
glad
putting
to
the
make
sign
it.
on
So,
the initial start or
two
restart
traditional
Yeah,
unless you're
yeah,
avoiding
yeah.
it.
I mean, I was here last week. I
Welcome
just
back.
I had no comms. I just switched the computer and all that stuff, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But I mean, I made it.
How's it treating you so far?
Throughout the six, and whoever's got
Oh,
the
it's
most
great.
will
Yeah,
hoist the
it's just I mean,
championship for season
it's been so
7,
long, right?
as we've got
Since
2 minutes left in warm up. This is our
I set up
time
the last
for our
one, you know.
pick'ems.
Yeah.
More drivers we
so
feel
I
like
have no
could
idea
win.
what I'm doing.
Drivers
but
just
Oh,
to watch
man,
out
yeah.
for, and we're gonna start off with my
but it's
pick,
great.
and
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
be going
haven't
with
had
the
any
obvious
issues with the
one.
actual
Driver that
computer.
won
It's
this
just
race back in season
everything
5,
else that
but I
I'm
have
trying
a
to figure
feeling
out
tonight's
still.
gonna be a little bit more
Yeah,
pressure.
hell yeah,
The main
man.
reason I'm picking Mark Whitley, he's that bubble driver in points.
Yeah, it'll be
If he
about
has
time probably
another
next year for me to
slip-up
start
like he's had the
looking
2
for a new
races that he's
computer
ran,
myself. So
it could be opening up that final spot to a lot of
Yeah,
hungry
I mean
drivers behind
this
him
one I
that are
actually
looking
ended
for
up
that
with.
chance to make the
I was
playoffs. But
eyeballing.
Zach,
And
I'm curious
thought
on
about
who's
buying
your
it at full
driver
price,
on
and
your
then they put
spotlight
it on
here this
sale for
evening.
$300 off. I
Well,
was like,
I'm
man,
gonna
I
go with the
have
driver
to
that
do
we were
it.
talking about a little
Yeah,
bit
that's
about
a
before.
heck of a
Mr.
deal.
18 of Thomas Green.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
been
worked out really
very
good.
strong at this style of racetrack this season. It's been strong really overall.
be good
at
to
every
see you
track,
streaming
but
hopefully soon
really
again.
showed great strength at the flatter, more
Yeah,
short track
yeah. I
style
mean, I
tracks. So I'm
downloaded
excited to see how he
Streamlabs and all
races here
that,
tonight,
but
and we'll see. He's going to be
you
starting
know,
sixth,
it's
so not to make up some
Yeah, you're a
work.
busy man.
Progress.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
progress,
member of our
progress. I mean,
crew,
we'll get here
Robert Moyer
eventually.
Jr.
Yes,
runs
sir.
production for every broadcast that we have. He's going to go with the pumpkin machine. It's going to be Nick Crawford in the 74 racing here tonight for Robert Moyer Jr.'s pick, and not a bad pick. I mean, we've seen Nick
Don't
Crawford.
ask me for no
He's
advice on this
found
on
strategy
this
to
track
work.
because I got
Exact-
none.
Just got a report from Nick Crawford. Feels like the tires fall off
Yeah,
quickly,
I know.
and then they
I
slowly taper
I really
off
was trying to get here
after
for some
that.
practice,
Curious
but
if those
yeah.
tire wear
Always
numbers are
been
going to help
terrible
out
here.
that 74 machine.
I
That's the
know,
thing.
I know.
Nick
It's
is
I
always
wish it was
prepared.
Gateway.
He
but-
knows the situation, what situation is going to work best. And I think that's why
We'll
we
see
like
what
Crawford
happens.
works so well in the strategy zone, because
Yep.
he's just that well prepped where he knows exactly what situation he wants to do, and that's what you got to be, is decisive.
Well, I got a teammate in
ready
here,
to make
Jesse.
those moves. So we'll see how it plays out. If we have a race that has
Be nice.
a few yellow flags thrown in there,
my other
the strategy
teammates,
is
Aaron and
definitely gonna be
Ryan,
all
they
over the
pretty
place, and
much-
if the tires fall off quickly, that's going to give us opportunity for those
Done for the
off the
season
wall
pretty
strategies.
much.
to work.
But
I know the field is hoping for long green flag
we're about
runs.
to grid
but if
up
you look
here.
At the past, it's been a lot of
135
cautions at
laps,
these mile length
26
flat
drivers here.
courses. So the field also recognizing
starting
it could be a
16th.
long day. We're hoping that it's not
Isaac
too
Shelley
long.
got
You
the
get to enjoy
pole,
the
Trent
racing
Jones started
all
outside of him.
throughout this broadcast.
row.
And thank you again for joining with us. I know
Yeah.
Josh, we've got
Oh,
Joshua Stovall
see how it
fans
goes.
always out in the chat. Curious if there's anyone else that you're rooting for out there on course. Who's your favorite? Who's are you hoping for just a good day or for a win? We cannot wait to see those responses. But for us here this evening, the drivers are gritting up, and it's time to see who is going to be the most
I don't think
prepared
we'll be shifting
as
the
your
race.
starting
It's
grid.
the same.
Up front, grabbing his first pole of the season, it's going to be Isaac Shelley in the 71 machine. Another driver who needs a good run just to get the momentum before the playoffs. It's your Season 2 champion, Trent
seconds.
Jump.
It
in
is
the
loose.
42
Be
to be
careful.
starting second. Mark Dover
Okay,
winner from
good
this
to know.
season. Cody Reed going to be starting in third, with Mark Whitley starting in fourth place in the 77. Fifth, we find
Your
Presley
vacuum
Soar.
is
People have been
fine.
shifting, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel 100% comfortable shifting.
Sora with Larry Yingling in eighth. John
Yeah,
Brooks, ninth.
so
We
shifting,
finish out our top
in
10
the
to
middle.
Robert Moyer Jr.'s pick
Yeah.
of Nick Crawford in the
I think
74.
I know. If I remember right, like
11th
one of
is
the
gonna be
turns
the fan
seems like it's
favorite.
better for shifting than the other. But
Joshua
I can't
Stovall.
like 60
Well,
seconds.
alongside of it's going to be the
I'm thinking I'm
99
just
of
probably running
Michael
fourth
Miller.
gear for the first
Ali
few laps.
Fonseca
Just
is
to,
going
you
to
know,
qualify 13th with Joshua
not have any
Stovall taking
any
over fourth.
extra distractions on myself.
That's going to go to Samuel Garcia in the 16th position, being held by Dakota Moniz. 17th is going to be a driver to watch out for tonight for sure. Coming through the field, the 2 of Danny Cochran with his teammate alongside him in 18th with Cedric Hunter. 19 is going to be the double zero, Ethan Smith. And
Okay, Danny behind us, Cedric behind us. Oh boy, they're
And in
pushing hard to
21st,
get
these
the
are
field,
all
you know that.
drivers that were not able to get time in, so their positionings are based off their iRatings official numbers that they earn while on the official races on iRacing. In 21st, it's going to be Jared Talmadge in 61 with Christopher Norris 22nd. Justin Sipes going to be in 23rd with Tyler Dangler 25th. And showing up here late, excited to see how they're going to run.
Canada's in
You've got
front of
Jesse
us.
Thornock in the 20 machine, and as well Justin Forbes in the 4, starting 27th. That's going to be all 27 drivers. So going to be getting prepared to take the green here tonight for 135 laps. There will be a stage at the end of lap 30, but no stage yellow will be officially thrown. But if there is a caution that is brought up with an on-track incident between lap 25 and 30, that will count as the stage. As well, these drivers will not have a fast repair, just 4 extra sets of tires in pit road to work with. And the number I think that's going to really matter after a stage, if we don't get a late yellow, it might be just for the whole entire race. Fuel numbers, Zach, these drivers, they're in a set where they
Only
can try
one
to
to
turn
green
this
too.
race
Nice.
into a one-stop if they go in extreme fuel mileage mode.
Good luck,
just
brother.
From the start.
Very right, Sam. We can do it. So it's looking like
Yeah.
the one stop is possible.
Okay, yeah.
for
Good luck
these
to you
drivers
too.
do.
Yeah, I had to load out,
Especially
load back in. I don't know what happened with my
take it
screen.
at
But
60
okay.
laps, you'll
Alright,
need to
good.
do one of those runs.
Yep,
So
loud
we'll
and
see
clear.
the former drivers
all right, man. You have a good one.
attempts to do
Yeah, you
that,
too.
But I'm sure at some point we're going to see that yellow flag fly. And
Did
that's
you end
what
up
changes
qualifying or
the
not?
Yeah, I qualified
strategy goes
16th.
for these drivers.
Oh, okay, cool.
One driver that's going to work their way through the field, John Forbes.
Got
given a
Cedric
DOL
and Danny starting
penalty
behind me,
after
so
a pit
see how
road
this goes.
Violation
Nice.
last week. So we're going to be seeing John Forbes work his way through the field as he'll start at the end of the line, but up front, Shelley.
All right, base
John,
car is in.
ready for the
135
start
laps
of
around New
tonight's
Hampshire.
race. Thank you once
Let's do
again
it.
for joining with us here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. You're watching the ISRC Lyra Productions Truck Series. The GOAT 135 at New Hampshire is underway, and it's Trent Jump, who's going to have the nose ahead heading into turn 1 as Shelley, huge dive bomb move for the 71 machine on the inside, but here we go, Zach off the exit turn 2.
You would have think that the 71 would have had the power grid and try to drive back down past them, but just couldn't do it. And I'm surprised they didn't take that outside line to start this race. So now he's going to have to hold on to second here, as it's going to be on the outer groove. The 25 of Cody Reed trying to work his way around the top, but you also got the 77 to work. Whitley 3 wide down the front straightaway for
So
second.
far, clean on lap 1.
3 wide for second, and Mark Whitley is going to drive on the apron through 1 and 2. Vincent Soros tried that same strategy and was finding a little bit of help for himself. Still going to be a little stab 3 wide. Mark Whitley is not giving up for second place, and the reason why, you need every position possible. Also, an update of the driver further on back on lap 1 on exit turn 2. Justin Thornock did spin out for the 20 machine. He continues to stay on track, no required damage, but up front, Shelley, Cody Reed, they continue to fight for second place. Mark Whitley will fall to 4.
Whitley's going to fall in line, but now it's going to be immediately underneath him. The 18th Thomas Green looking there is
Got people are loose all over the place, you can tell.
trying to make that inside work can be tough, but that's the key to passing here. If you can make the inside work, you will pass drivers. And right now, you see the 15 of Vince Sword trying to make the pass on his brother, the 12 of Presley Sword, but Sora, the older Sword on the outside, is able to pull alongside through the center of the corner and stay there. But the 15 is able to.
And he's able to clear in the 12 left to stay in line. Or really
Gaggle up here.
Presley thought about getting but not otherwise. They'll stay in line, but behind them, it's still a lot of racing action. Larry Engling having to use the 3rd lane. There's just a lot of track behind that pure red machine of drivers trying to make passes, and they're going to be going 3 wide. It's Stovall on the outside. Michael Miller in that white and red in the middle, and starting out with white and red for himself. On the inside, it's the 16 of Canada. Backs out. He's trying to get the run, and Canada will still stay on the inside, but finally has to get in line and just watch this battle between the 42 and your white and red machine. Again, that's Michael
I just
Miller.
don't like
Supposed to be
third
the
gear,
99.
man,
Doesn't have a
but
number here this evening. But on the
feel like it's
exit of
slower
turn
off the
2,
exit.
We're seeing Canada on the inside just getting fantastic runs for himself.
Almost contact from the 42 to the 16.
Oh, they're wrecking in front of us.
Actually, there's England way up the racetrack. So they try to get the good drive off.
Hit by there.
Sorry, John, I was trying to stop.
Smash and sinker as the back half of the field. All have to
Canada just got right hooked, it looks like.
That's going to be off the nose of the 99.
Ooh, that happened right in front of me.
So, looks like the from what I was seeing there, the 16.
Yeah, I freaking wrecked by myself a couple laps ago, so I definitely avoided it.
Pace car is in, turn 3.
I snuck by barely.
A ton of mayhem here is, man, that was a heavy hit for some of those drivers.
Hard damage for Kanata, required damage, and you see it on the 42.
Martin, get by me.
Damage for himself, heavy left front damage.
Stoll
is going to pass everybody and try to get to pit road as soon as possible. But
those are all the guys that got caught up.
Tell me from behind you.
And I talked to Joshua Kanata coming into this race. He said he was going to be aggressive.
The no stage caution thing really does throw a wrench in things, though. I like it. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. Of the 99 and everyone else starting to pile in. Danny Cochran also involved in that one. And a lot of the drivers that needed good days, Zach, caught up in this thing.
That they were. This was a tough break for a few of those drivers out there. Luckily, this track not the most important for aero when it comes to these trucks, but you're going to see here from one more Danny Cochran. He sees the 3-wide action in front of him. He's just running this bottom group, trying to make a nice good exit. Very low here. The 16 gets loose, the 99 into the back of the 16, and it's just a chain reaction of cars just getting into each other. Garcia, nowhere for him to go, gets slammed into Cochran, but it really could have been worse for the two. He actually comes out a lot better than a few of them.
As in pit road, Garcia, Cochran, Jesse Thornock after his lap 1 incident, Kanata, Stovall into pit road. Luckily for Stovall and Kanata, required damage flags have been removed.
Follow car number 99, the outside column.
Now it's
Okay,
all the optional
Dakota,
damage.
get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Connor also getting repairs done. And with that wreck so early on, curious if the fact that these drivers, Zach, have 4 extra sets of tires.
They want to go right here.
With how long of a green flag run we had there of being about 5 laps.
Yes.
Indeed it is.
Somewhat maybe further on back. Would have thought about risking
Or coming out of
the
2.
pit road and maybe thinking about tires for themselves, getting ready for this restart.
It very well could have been a worthy risk, especially with how many tire sets they have, and you know, for tonight's race, and the fact that you really only need one if it went green. You need one extra set there in pit road you want to change out. So, yeah, plenty of sets of tires left, but I think a lot of these drivers just going it's early. And sometimes these early yellows can breed some other quick yellows, so maybe not willing to risk it right now.
As
the race car's just left.
Get ready.
Go.
It's going to be Trent Jump. Shelley side by side
Green,
once again
let's
for this
go.
restart, but this go around is Trent Jump going to be the lead driver on the outside groove as they get in the restart zone.
Car
The go
low.
135 at New Hampshire is back underway, and that just proves when you're the lead driver and you've got that control on the restart, you can get a massive launch as Jump, Cody Reed, they are gone, and now it's the battle for third that you see on screen between Shelley and Mark Whitley, and Isaac Shelley's got to be kicking up himself after that initial start.
The low side is clear.
Yeah, he definitely is kicking himself not taking that outside line, because you just see how good it was for the likes of Trent Jump there, who controlled that restart this time. So shows you not only is it good to be lined up there for the corner, but also just for the jump. So most people here, when you get that caution flag, they're going to be either wishing they're in the first position or that 4th position. 2nd or 3rd usually puts you in no man's land.
And Sipes is trying to.
Out there, Whitley looking to clear a pole center of Shelley, and he'll get it done, but he's just going to get turned.
Oh, and around he goes as drivers further on back to bring out a caution, but Mark Whitley might have been
Line
raced
up single file
as
behind
Mark
car number
Morales
24.
goes around.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
As the 8 machine will bring out the caution, but Zach, Mark Whitley, that issue up front gotta be frustrating.
Pace car speed is 59 miles per hour. The pace car is in turn 2.
He did have
Catch
him
up to
clear.
car number
Actually got
24.
a little bit loose very late, and very aggressive and risky for Whitley to continue.
Do you have any idea where that happened?
Your passenger front tire does
I
not
think it
look
was
good.
here in the back. I saw Martin spin, and then I saw somebody else spin on the back stretch, so I think in there. They're doing back stretch.
Got saved by the flag.
No, if you wanted to go
He
for the
certainly did. It's
standstill
gonna
look,
be Mark Morales
you
gonna
got
be
an A+.
looping it on his own to the center of 1 and 2, and he's extremely low. And Zach, I mean, that low of going through 1 and 2, so difficult to make.
Oh, no doubt, Sam. It is almost flat down there. Sometimes it feels like it's opposite of the banking. You know, it's kind of like it's tilting your
Squeeze
the
there,
right
Shelly.
side and the left
Got a little
side
loose
of the
on me
track.
and just chase up
It
the truck.
is a very tough situation when you get down there sometimes. And the truck definitely gets upset
I
as you
tried to
cross across those
left,
seams
I saw you
because the
coming up,
banking
but
change
too late.
from the slabs of asphalt, you know, with the lanes.
As driver's going to be going back.
I think we got away with it without too much damage.
Service done, as well as Sim Garcia, Joshua Kanata, going to be seeing Morales, Sipes, Jesse Thornock getting service done. Joshua Stovall going to be given the lucky dog for himself as he's trying to make his way through traffic to get his lucky dog, get back onto the lead lap for the 42. But for the rest of the field, 27 drivers entered here tonight. They all knew the chance of this race turning into a fight for air position. So tough to make passes, and Zach, we're already seeing big moves you have to make to go for these passes just for 1 to 2 positions.
No doubt. And if you get the outside positioning on someone, or you see the chance to dive into someone's outside.
Martin, were you the one that caused that yellow?
That's where the aggressive moves are going to come on a few of these restarts. Is drivers just really trying to either clear on the bottom. Sometimes you'll see that caution off Whitley there. Was clear for a moment, then that clear.
You showed me on the broadcast, though. I
off the corner while he spins the tires up. That door closes for the clearing of himself, and you just continue to slap the racetrack and put yourself in the wall. So it's tough. You know, the timing there is very tough because if you're Whitley, you want to clear. You want to make sure you're fully ahead.
Hello.
That's why I think he took that risk. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off for him, and I think we'll see that happen a few more times here tonight, where drivers will take that same risk.
Mark Willey deciding to stay out on a field, doesn't want to give up any track position. As
still to the green, right?
Kind of get a feel of what this truck is feeling after that slam into the outside wall.
Change too, buddy.
If you grab some damage, could help out the vehicle.
Restart on the outside this time.
Don't want to pick up, and for Mark Whitley, didn't bring out a required damage flag, so he's not going to worry about it as he stays out on track.
That's for sure, yeah. I think not going to worry about that for sure. These drivers just trying to get closer and closer to that stage break. Of course, not a break, so I don't need to say stage break, but that stage number, because we will not have that caution flag flying there for that. So we'll see who are in the positions for that, but that will quickly come up here with us going back green here soon.
Yeah, and that was a change of rules here in the middle of the season with turning from a stage break to just simply a stage and taking away the absolute caution flag. It happened at Gateway a few weeks ago, and Gateway and Auto Club have been the only racetracks that we've had the opportunity to try to race through a stage, but we've had a caution right at that window that we talk about of 5 laps to the stage. If there's a caution there, that won't count as a stage break, and it's happened the last 2 times. We'll see if here tonight we drive through that lap 30 and find ourselves continuing to stay green. We got a feeling, though, it's all about those stage bonus points. Only the top 10 get the bonus points, and drivers are going to fight and claw for everything, even if it means just for 1 to 2 positions. Up front, though, it's Trent Jump, Cody Reed into the restart zone.
Can I get a black clear? I was trying to let Jesse by, but it says I'm passenger yellow when I was waiting on him.
With Shelley for the battle for second.
See, this time Shelley has the upper hand by being able to
restart
in that.
Still there.
Sorry about that. I had a full 10.
Be in the same position as Shelley was before.
No, you're good there.
Big slide. As Thomas Green will get to the outside of the 77. That'll make the pass for 4th. Whitley back to 5th.
Hold that line.
He's trying to make that bottom lane have some type of usage.
Drivers are inside of our top 10. Really have only been able to move up 1 to 2 positions.
Yeah, this track is definitely one of my least favorite ones for sure.
3 more positions. Biggest mover is Jared Talmadge and John Forbes, the only 2 drivers that have really been able to get over 5 or more positions for themselves. They've done a great job so far. As look at other drivers on the march here. 7-4 Nick Crawford up 2 positions. As you see that 12 machine and Presley Sora make the pass.
All these drivers have been kind of swapping spots when the restart, so they know that it's just kind of one of those situations where you hold your line with even numbers. So if you're Nick Crawford, yeah, you want to get the pass down on President, but if you have another quick call, restart 8th, you're most likely to be in that position done.
Still there.
So interesting to see how that plays out. But 3 wide up ahead of him, I think right there to 77 of Whitley as Thomas Green goes around.
Green goes around. And he'll try to lock it down the inside, and Green losing all that track position that he worked to gain back. And it goes away in a blink of an eye as they were exiting at turn number 2. Just that 3 wide racing squeezed up. It was the middle driver that gets costed.
Miles per hour.
It was definitely that middle driver.
Pace car is in.
Pace car out of 2.
Shelley was the driver he made contact with. It was the 25. For Cody Reed here, we're getting to see this is Thomas Green running that outer loop. He was trying
Yeah,
So,
I
you know,
got
make
like
the move
9
on
minutes
Mark
of
Whitley, but
damage
Whitley was
from
doing a great
that
job
self
working that
spin,
bottom
so
side.
I'm glad
Almost
she's crushing.
Cody Reed. So
Yeah, I
this
know.
moment,
I
you know,
nosed into the inside wall. I didn't think it was that bad, but
Please don't tell me it happened again.
through the middle here, and this is a good line from Thomas.
If I had a
It's really
nickel, man,
a bad line from Cody Reed, just being way about the groove. He gets loose.
I'd have 2 nickels,
Green gets
which isn't a
into
lot,
him.
but it's weird that I have to
This
fly.
is 18 round. It kind of bells out the 25, and the 18 gets
Yeah, I mean, for Cody Reed, you know, for some drivers, they'll say, hey, why didn't the 25 move up a little bit more? I mean, for Cody, if he moved up a little bit more, he'd have to let off the throttle, he'd lose track position, and losing one position up front could take you all race to get that spot back. And so Cody keeps his foot in the throttle, was not expecting, I don't think, them to stay 3 wide off the exit of the corner, and sadly, it was Thomas Green sent around. Luckily for Green, I think the big thing you take away is the fact that he didn't hit the wall. And it was just a small little tail slapper, so he'll be able to recover from this incident. It's just he's got a lot of traffic to work through.
That's right. It's just a loss of track position more than anything. So it's not.
Jared, can you buy me up?
You know, it's still got plenty of.
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
In it for Thomas Green, but just a tough break. He'll have a lot of hard work cut out for him. There is.
Better do some good with that.
Definitely some good hard racing there for that third position that you know, set these drivers up for that. So
I'll do something with
see
it.
that happen a few times, but it's just continuing.
I don't know, some tend to believe that you won't.
As we are coming up to lap 20 when they cross the line here, that's going to put us 11 laps to go left in the stage. Stage will end at the end of lap 30 as we start 31. Top 10 drivers will get themselves bonus points at that time of the stage. And if we have a caution that is thrown between lap 25 and 30, that would count as the stage.
It's like I want to anticipate a long
Had
run.
a flag cleared for
Come down and pit,
under
get
yellow.
tires.
It's going to be the final restart before the stage, and if you're just outside of the top 10, you know it's go time. If you're Christopher Norris on 38, he feels decently comfortable, but would prefer a couple of more bonus points heading into these final 2 races of the regular season. Cedric Hunter, who was currently runs 15th, he's a driver that's been looking decently well, and all of them are hoping for a good run on this next restart to get bonus points to feel good for these next 2 races as we head back to Mile and a Half Racing. After tonight, we go to Charlotte and then Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Zach, I was talking to some of the drivers. I mean, after tonight, it kind of goes back to that more traditional tracks that a lot of the drivers really enjoy racing.
That's exactly right. I think these are some of the drivers' top favorite tracks.
Inside lane. Okay, Dakota,
Charlotte,
get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Has really aged well.
It's a bad idea.
It just seems like every car on the service races well at Charlotte. Then, of course, you got Atlanta, 2008 version. Some of the drivers' favorites out there just due to its old surface, the wearing out of tires, the multi-groove racing. Should be quite a show these next 2 weeks, but they got to get through New Hampshire tonight. They knew it. I think a lot of drivers had this one circled as one, if they could get through, they had good feelings about the next 2 because this track, again, always just, 1 mile in length, super long straightaways, no banking in the corners.
Danny, do you have a spec map on that car?
Wild racing.
Top 5 drivers
I do.
stayed inside of the top 5. Only change, your top 2
I like it.
swap back and forth between Jump and Shelley. Outside the top 5, been a lot of movement.
Wait, what'd you say?
To pit stop strategies to
Race
not
car
being able
just
to hold
left.
I'll tell you in a
transition.
couple laps.
We'll see though on this next restart where it's going to be 9
Green flag, we're
laps to
racing.
go in the
Clear down
stage.
low.
Let's pressure cooker heat up. It's time to go as Trent Jump into the restart zone gets a good launch. He's going to have Cody Reed staying side by side with Shelley for second place as they roar down into turn number 1.
Great start, of course, from Trent Jump there, but that inside line there, Isaac Shelley did a really good
There's a
job
car
to
inside.
get the jump.
Maybe I need to start shifting.
That inside, and he's
Hold your
going to stay
line.
alongside.
I don't want to.
Just Reed a little loose on that outside once
there.
again. And as they keep it side by side, Whitley's
your
going
line.
to think about it 3 wide here down into 3
Still
and 4.
there.
Or are we going to see a repeat of what we've seen before?
Still there.
We've seen Trevor slide up. Mark Whitley going to be staying
Hold your
low
line.
as the drivers on the outside. Shelley
Still
able to
there.
get the run. Mark Whitley will stay side by side with Cody Reed
there.
as they head into turn number 1. But up front,
Hold your line.
leading almost every lap here tonight of the GOAT
Still there.
135 so far is Trent Jump.
Still
and he
there.
loves the position he's in as Shelley trying
Still
to make
there.
the run down to catch him. But watch out
Hold
for
your
that
line.
blue and black machine in 5th place. Vincent
your line.
Sora looks like he is just waiting for his chance
Still
to
there.
bounce and send it 3 wide.
That he is.
Still
I think
there.
he's waiting for that opportunity, and it may Inside clear. Opportunity here to him as Whitley closes the door on Reed. Now Sora looks to the inside of the 25, Cody Reed, who looks to be struggling a little bit. It seems like maybe the rear tires starting to fade a little bit for that 25 as others around him just seemingly have much more traction and exit speed coming off these corners. So Reed right now in a little bit of a struggle, but it's going to be a fight on his hands because you know he's got the 15 Sora there. Even Reed, I mean, running way up the racetrack. It just shows you that out here loud you can do really
there. 16th place.
This is the big thing about iRacing is for a while there it was you had to stay low, then it was you had to stay on the far outside. Now variation. This is what we love to see with the new packages that iRacing's been making, and with Cody Reed's little slip up, Sora conquers into fourth. Still gotta say top 5 drivers still seeing a lot of these drivers stayed up front. One that's falling backwards though, presses Sora back to 8th place. We'll see how the 12th can react here because he's starting to get swarmed by drivers that are on the go. One of those being John Forbes and Christopher Norris trying to get inside of the top 10.
Forbes has been really climbing his way through, trying to do a lot of work here to get up there, but he's just been stuck on the bottom a lot of times, I've noticed, for John Forbes. So he's been the one making the big moves, just not really making big headway yet. So we'll see if he can make this stick. He's going to look here inside. This is going to be possibly 3 wide. Fonseca, Sora, still there. Thanks to John Forbes, about 11 just going out a little bit ahead of steam there. It's just going to clear on the high side. 2 by 2 outside.
They stay in line. Christopher North will settle behind that. There's also ahead, you're seeing the bumper of the 12, Sora, trying to stay in position. And it's so much fun when these drivers are able to make the apron work here at New Hampshire. It's fun to see, and for the 11, he's gonna ship it down there. One of the few drivers you can truly trust. If he's gonna go down low, then that 11 is gonna stick down there as he makes it work with Sora. Close the outside wall for the 12. He has to back off just for a quick moment. It almost gave an opportunity for Norris to dive down low as Forbes and Fonseca almost make contact into one.
Close racing by this group here for sure. Everybody willing to risk it, so that it seems here. As you know that the passing is tough, so I think for John Forbes, that's why he's risking these moves right now as he's looking to that inside of Fonseca and trying to go forward, as they also have the 99 of Michael Miller, who's a little high off the exit of 4. That's going to check up the outside line. That allows John Forbes to continue his momentum.
Did I push you up there, Ethan?
And where you are praising the 11, we know he's a skillful driver as Cody Reed continues to struggle. That's going to be John Forbes' teammate. He sees in front of him in the 21 as well in the 74. But for John Forbes, he started this race with an end-of-the-line penalty, and he start all the way back in last place. And he's cracked the top 10, soon to be getting inside of the top 5 after this whole entire run, as we're about to be starting our last lap of the stage. And Zach, no yellow needs to be thrown. We can race through this, and it's going to be the first time we get to see that this season.
That is cool to see, and it's going to be interesting because it's going to throw up some strategy here. When do these drivers really want to elect to pit? Do they do the 2-stop strategy? Do they do the 1-stop? I think most will, stick to that 1-stop strategy. So you'll probably see pit stops not until around lap 68 if we were to stay green. But we'll see how this works out, because right now everybody utilizing the lanes, but some drivers definitely starting to struggle. Like we said with Reed, just seems like the grip fading away for the 25.
And it's going to be based off of who crosses the line and which position for who's going to have the bonus points. But your stage winner, driver that's led every lap so far, congratulations to Trenton Jump, who will take the stage, and a fantastic run for himself. Shelley will take 3rd with Mark Whitley, Vincent Sora, Nick Crawford, John Forbes, Cody Reed, Ollie Fonseca, Michael Miller, as Christopher Norris will take that final buffer spot for our stage as these drivers continue to race on. The biggest gap is our leader to 2nd place. Everyone else still fighting for every position in the middle, as you see it all just log jam in front of Danny Cochran and that 61 of Jared Talmadge.
This is really, like you said, a log jam there as Cochran will make the move on Talmadge. That moves him back up into that 13th position. Now he'll be behind Presley Sora, who's got the 99 of Miller, who really, it's Miller, I've noticed, it's the 25 of Reed, 99 and Michael Miller, both really struggling to have to run way up the racetrack for their trucks to be able to have any speed. that's really creating another front gap. So we're starting to see a few others starting to come in here now. Is even Thomas Green in 18. He's poking his nose against his teammate over here. Thomas
Green went for a slide, did not go into pit road though. Once he slid, he just has been marching his way forward with the same set that he slid on. It is still working as he's trying to get to the inside, but seeing teammates, Cody Reed, Christopher Norris for Snowy Desert Racing, swapping hands as Norris up to 8th. Cody Reed falling down to 9th place is what's battling for that lead position. The tires have really just fallen away for Cody Reed. I mean, Zach, what could it be attributing to this 25 just right now? Falling like a rock through this group, and he's getting him into the danger zone.
I think right there early in the race just really was racing very hard to defend positions and just always looking to go for it. Sometimes it's better just to let truly the truck come to you when you're up there in those better starting spots instead of really fight for those positions. And I think sometimes, you know, the 25 there fought a little too hard. Maybe the rear tires overheat. It's just a continuous cycle. Once they overheat once, they just continue to see some passes being made on Michael Miller there as now Cochran looks to the outside of Cody Reed up ahead. The two seems to be quite on the move.
For some drivers, you look for the number. For Michael Miller, it's look for no number. The white and red not having a number here tonight on his scheme. So for us, he's the lone driver with no number on the side. As that 99 will continue to just drive on the outside groove, falling backwards and in trouble with Pressasora. Thomas Green. Green, though, in the 18's got to be careful because it seems like he wants to run the outside groove, but he has to go down low. Almost was boxed in.
Sorry, Cody.
Find some openings to get through and taking a chance to go 3-1.
You're all right. I'm just really extremely slow right now. I don't know what's going on.
And he will grasp it.
My brake calibration's like messed up. I have to get to like halfway in like IRL to just get any brake at all.
Still there.
Takes it to turn 4, but Sword says no. They'll drag race off of 4.
All three of them trying to put the power down with the rear ends as they exit off the 4 there. That is just some great racing right here. And New Hampshire putting on quite a show as it just shows you can run really anywhere on this racetrack and make speed. The 18 was all at the bottom. The 12 was in the middle. The 99 there all the way up in the 3rd groove. So really a some great racing, and we're getting to see a lot of that here tonight so far.
You certainly are, and it's always the middle of the pack, it seems like, this season. It's been giving us the best show. At moments, it was drivers further in the back that was racing for last that would
lap time
give us this best marks, but apparently it's been the middle, as it's going to be seen Cedric Hunter and Cody Reed trying to battle between one another for 10th place. And for Cedric Hunter and for Danny Cochran in the 2, they're in interesting spots. Cedric Hunter was part of the group that pitted early in this race just for fuel. The 2 of Danny Cochran in 8th place, though, took tires. He's one of the few drivers that took tires under our last caution. And the 2 is making those tires work.
I hate this track so much, dude. I just don't.
Try to run down our top group, but he's got a lot of work as he's 2.8 seconds off our leader.
The car outside.
He is really got a good head of steam.
Clear on the outside.
He's got clean track. I've been watching his lap times. Definitely the quickest on the racetrack, and it's showing for those tires. It looks like Whitley up ahead has gotten past Isaac Shelley, but Shelley actually gets back to the inside. So the battle for second still on, as Whitley has been on to get to the outside, and I think we'll get that job finally done on Shelley. But actually, I'm saying he'll get it done. He holds course.
Yeah, the battle for second place now going to be the battle for second, third, and fourth. As Vincent Sora takes an opportunity to the outside group, trying to go with an early apex to drive down the apron off the exit of the corner in the 15, able to make the charge work in all the different styles.
I don't know what to do. Shift, I don't know if I not to shift, I don't know what line to drive, nothing I do is working.
There are so many different styles that you can go around this.
Bro, I hate this track so much.
Has to do.
It's very fun to watch. I'd say is from the drivers, it's a handful.
I can't figure nothing out.
They're having to work these wheels of these races.
Yeah, it just, I mean, I don't know if it's my nose or what, but it's freaking, it just entered the corner and slide for me.
For the drivers when they get to have this opportunity to really make speed in any lane. A lot of times,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether to shift. I don't know what line to run. Nothing's working for me.
Times you can, but here tonight, it looks like anywhere on the track is available is some very wild lines are being shown.
Car inside.
This has been fun all around as these drivers didn't have to think about a stage caution coming out. It's the first time we were able to drive through it. And now we get to see the battle for second place, a battle that we've been waiting for at a different mile flat track. And with the start of one of the best rivalries ever between Mark Whitley and Vincent Sora as they get by the lap car, the 4 of Justin Forbes, who's having a little bit of trouble for the Gravedigger machine. But Zach, looking a little bit of nostalgia from season 1 of the ISRC. It's Sora, it's Mark Whitley, side by side on a flat track.
Great racing between these two right now as Nick Crawford riding on board with. He's going to get the great vantage points. Look at these guys. They're going to be racing hard side by side. Crawford says, you know what? I'm going to go way up the racetrack here, cut myself nice down here and get a good run on these boys side by side. But looks like those two, even though they're side by side, have a great exit. So keeps this racing nice and even. But that 77 knows whoever gets past here has the best opportunity to go run the 46 down. But there you go. Vince Sora makes the apron work, and he's forward in a second.
And the one driver that enjoyed all that battling, that held up this group, it's the 2 lingering behind. Danny Cochran has now cut the difference, almost a full second from the last time we talked about him, but he's got a lot of traffic to get through to try and run down Trenton Jump. Jump's got a little bit of traffic, yes, to get by, but the 2 machine of Danny Cochran, he's got the most work as Nick Crawford gets underneath Mark Whitley, and I think Mark Whitley's tires damage is starting to show on this long run, but watch out for this 2 machine as he's trying to find an opportunity to get by this group.
This is a great racing right now as you got Crawford, Whitley, Alexis Shelley, Forbes, and Cochran all stacked up on top of one another, and right now all of these drivers quicker than our leader of Trenton Jump other than Whitley.
Clear outside.
So right now everybody's trying to run down the leader while racing each other.
They're doing a great job at it. But Isaac Shelley in 71, coming in with a different picture than most, comes in 17th in points. Danny Cochran entering here tonight as one of the fighters, 16th in points. Both, with how the points have been looking, both might be in a must-win scenario entering tonight.
Takers to pit road
sure
here.
They're locked in. So the 71 and the 2 both know it's go time as pit road is calling for Thomas Green and Stitz.
Wow, this is a very early stop for these drivers. I am surprised to be seeing this, Sam. Looks like 2-stop is what it's going to be for this group. So this is early in the zone from what I was thinking we'd see, but we'll see if others elect to follow them down because right now it's just those 2 at the moment.
I think so. For most of them, they had the early slides. Both didn't take tires during those cautions, so they had to come to pit road. The tires were just too cooked. They needed more assistance, so they had to make that audible call. But I'm with you. I don't know if this is going to be the right call to watch out for, but it is for our leaders at least a second off the pace from their fast lap to what they ran the last lap.
Try
John
something, I
Forbes
guess.
gets underneath Nick Crawford for 4th place in the 11. From last to the top 5, what a charge it's been for the 11. I mean, it's been incredible to see Danny Cochran's push with fresh tires, but this has been impressive by John Forbes.
Oh, Forbes has been so fun to watch. I tell you, he was stuck there for a while, just running the bottom.
Outside.
I just noticed he had great pace. He just was stuck behind people.
The next car is car number 80.
Continuing the show because he's continuing his march forward, but they're going to have the likes of the 2 of Cochran here right now. And that 2 machine, definitely the quickest truck on the racetrack. He's going to look to the inside here, possibly make it 3 wide as they're coming up to Thornick with the lap traffic. This could get interesting. Nick Crawford going to have to back out.
Car ahead has just done a 30.70.
Backs out, trying to get by Thornick. He'll stay on the outside group. Backs out, let this group drive on by. And Danny Cochran, fresh rubber, able to push his way forward. But drivers who just pitted, Chris Stitz, you see it on your top right. Fastest lap of anyone on track. What helps? Fresh tires. What also helps? The track is cooling off. It is over 13 degrees cooler than it was during practice, Zach. These drivers were shocked at how warm it was during practice. They got a lot of work on what the temps are going to look like, but it is cooled off. Still ridiculously hot for the track temp, 108 degrees, but much cooler than 123, which it was when the session first opened up.
Eyesight clear.
You still got that southwest wind at 4 mile with about 11% humidity. Nice day out here, and it's producing some nice racing with the clear skies. It's really making the track really just cool off at a very consistent rate. It's not happening at nothing wild, but I tell you what, as this run goes on, the tires are fading for a lot of people. Some people coming into the road. Christopher Norris, he is flying.
He's really found his own groove. He's on the charge. And we talk about some drivers maybe being impatient, saving their tires. Some may save it for too long. But if you're going for a one-stop, this is the perfect time to just release all that you have. And that's what Christopher Norris is doing right now. The 38, able to get by his teammate Nick Crawford. Now going to be on the inside trying to get by Mark Whitley. Christopher Norris in the 38 currently runs 6th, but he's running just as fast as Thomas Green, who pitted for tires just 5 laps ago.
Wild scenes here as Green is putting it past that group. Cochran and 11 of John Forbes were going at it. Cochran threw a big slider there into the corner, just couldn't make it stick. Is now Christopher Norris, he's making the move to pass Mark Whitley. He's going to be coming up on these two up ahead, and this is some interesting stuff. Other than Christopher Norris, Vince Sora, the fastest truck on the racetrack, but there's a truck sliding there and really want to save it.
Still there.
Sliding, saving, big runs all around.
Car high.
And able to continue to race on. Looking back
Just
at some of those drivers. They had a big blow up, and I believe that was the 80 machine. Justin Sipes, who just came to pit road to get service done for the 80. He'll now be on the charge, trying to get by traffic and trying to run down Cedric Hunter to try to unlap himself, if possible, for the 80 machine. We've had a few drivers pit. Thomas Green, one of the first. Then we've had Isaac Shelley, Sipes coming to pit road, as well as Ethan Smith and Dakota Moniz get service done. Update for one of the drivers that we were hoping to have his segment at some point during this race, but it looks like his race is over too soon. It's Joshua Kanata in the 16, that American Red Cross machine. His race done. Engine blew up 20 laps ago.
Tough break for Kanata, who needed points here tonight, and that is going to be such a tough break for him.
Okay, to check out the next car is Jess, car number 20.
Just behind
Jess.
Like said, Nick Crawford, but he's going to have Justin Sipes here running up behind.
Sorry about that.
80, who has those fresher tires.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
There for that. The Sipes just so much more speed in the fresh tires there.
And I'm curious for the drivers that just pitted for tires. We've seen some, you know, we've seen a few feel comfortable go driving down on the
high.
drive down there. There have been a couple of drivers we really have not seen that comfortability really show, as Tyler Dangler kind of in his no man's land currently runs back in 16th position, as we see here in the Barbie machine. But drivers that are getting fresh rubber, going down to the apron, some maybe didn't practice that. They maybe didn't know that that was an option. I'm curious if maybe some of those that just got fresh rubber, they're going to have a more difficult time getting through the field with that fresh rubber, knowing that that is an option they didn't practice for.
It's very true, Sam. If you don't have that figured out, you're going to be in an interesting situation to say the least. It's right here, Thomas Green.
Thanks, bud.
He's got the looks ahead of him there.
You got it.
This is actually
Did you pit already?
Yeah.
Right ahead of our leaders, who are actually battling for the lead. So Vincent Sora now looking to
That's
No need to show right now, Samuel.
15, trying to make the
A lot of other people pitted too already.
Yeah. Yeah, there was quite a few already.
We're going to pit again, but
down here into one. I think this is going to be a pass that he's going to get done.
I'm just here waiting for rash and cautious so I can keep working on the truck here.
all it takes is one. You already know that.
Shelley making this more difficult, but catching up quickly is one of the fastest drivers on track right now.
Like when a fucking lead lap car tries to pinch me down for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I know. It almost looked like he was trying to get to pit road, but he didn't go off. That was weird.
Yeah.
Are making the charge at the moment. Shelley a little bit wiggles though in the middle. Holds on.
I know, right? What the fuck?
Ooh, that was a close call there with them fresh tires. As now Shelley going to be on the inside of it. So they're going to be coming.
We run the same race here, buddy.
He's going to be put down a second lap here. There's a 4 into the outside wall. As you can see from Christopher Norris's point of view, not that far behind the leader. Norris doing an excellent job. He's got the two of
Okay, Dakota, the next car is Garcia, car number 50, A license. And rating is
impressive to see
3.4.
what Christopher Norris has right now on pace. I mean, again, he's part of the group that is yet to pit for tires, and he's running just as fast as Danny Cochran, who took tires 19 laps ago. The advantage should have gone to the 2, but instead it's been the driver that's been patiently waiting for this long run that's running down this route.
Christopher Norris in an excellent spot now, but you can see the 80 of Sipes. He's going to go to the outside of Cochran. This is going to open up the door more for the 38 here to get past the 2, because the 2 being able to get held up a little bit there. Next is now the 38 alongside into 1 and 2. Can Christopher Norris make this passes? Both Cochran, Norris quicker than Trenton Jump when they're side by side.
And looking back at drivers, just making their stop, going to be Michael Miller in the 99 machine as he's leaving his box now. We still have over 16 drivers that need to pit as they're marching closer and closer to this one stop around that. We're looking to be around lap 70. Could be the call for some of these drivers to make that stop. And with the fact that we've had a couple of cautions early in this race, that helps the fuel, but it's been all about the tires as Christopher Norris almost clear to get by the 2 and immediately his next competitor directly ahead.
Oh, and he's going to get loose there off the exit at 2. He was clear off of 4, just didn't close the door. Was playing actually really nice with Cochran there, and he's going to be able to go right back to the inside here to see if he can get it done, because the 46 and jump they're catching up to, if he can use jump as a pick, that could possibly be exactly what a 38 needs, but he's going to have enough run here. Doesn't close the door there, so that's interesting to see, but he's going to have the clear down in the 1 and 2. Christopher Norris now in P3.
Doesn't clear it, but I think also it might be a comfortability thing. He's just been running down low, staying low this whole entire time.
Now we're inside our window again to make it to the end.
Track, and it is working out as Vincent Sora has been able to build up the gap over a second. But again, we keep our eyes out on this battle for second place because Christopher Norris, I've been talking about it the last couple of weeks, been just looking for where is the killer instinct for this 38. It feels like it's been lost for the majority of this season. And we've found Christopher Norris once again, and it's at a mild track, flat, hard braking, shifting. This is a specialty for this 38 machine.
It really is his specialty. This kid is impressive to see. He's good at the road courses, really good at these short tracks.
Smith, car number 00, A license.
A lot of shifting, braking, all the things you need to do at a road course. He does very well here at even the ovals. Now he's going to be getting past the 0. Even Smith on those fresher tires. They're going to be coming up to that 46, but
still there.
The 46 seems to stabilize
car low.
Kind of stabilizes his times a little bit here.
Full
The 32-0, but the 38 immediately charging up to him with that 0.
Did you make it past the leader?
Fuck no, I didn't.
Caution's out, and it's the 4 of Justin Forbes off the exit of turn 4.
Yeah, the guy that was just like a bunch of laps down. He spun behind me. About 4 cars.
4.
Off of turn number 4, you see, even off of 2, he's already bouncing off, and he'll, I believe it was going to be the next
Dang it, man.
But 4, he's been struggling here tonight. And when you're a driver that's learning, and this is one of your first times running at this type of
Question
track,
now, do I take a wave around? I hope a quick caution comes out.
You know,
I mean,
the magic mile.
I'd say it's a pretty good chance, really.
It can be a nightmare of a mile, so we'll see what happens here. Forbes, he's going to go way deep here down.
Because, I mean, even if the laps are decently long, I mean, and you're still pretty good on tires, so I'd probably take a wave around.
Yeah, I still got 3 sets of tires in the pit.
Into the inside wall. That's going to bring
yeah, and you don't have that many on that one, so I mean, you kind of have like a buffer of, you know,
Thomas Green,
30 laps to really get to you.
Yeah.
They're going to be all the way back in 5th position. Stuck 1 lap down. Where do we see the likes of Seth Garcia, Dakota Moniz, Michael Miller, Justin Thornton, and also Joshua Stoll going to be having their issues.
Okay, well,
Gonna be calling for these drivers.
I have to take the wave around.
I'm gonna do that too. Hopefully that quick caution just to.
Oh god, one time we need one.
Here this evening, and Zach,
yeah.
This is gonna be an interesting
I need like 7, but yeah.
I
mean, I was decent against those guys on the same tires, like 15th or 16th. So I mean, if I got enough repair and got a caution at the right time,
I think it'd be okay. Especially with these caution laps.
But I mean, I still have like 7 minutes, so I need to get down to like 4 at least.
If I'm one of these drivers, you might not be shifting for a little bit.
Yeah,
this next
bonehead move.
The
I just lost it off of a 2.
When it comes to that fuel
and I was in reverse. I jammed it all the way down into reverse to try to keep it off the wall.
Man, it's definitely
right just on the tapped it really, but I guess it was
going to be an interesting one to watch. And I think for us, we will take our first commercial break of the evening as we are closing in on halfway here tonight. I want to say thank you to everyone that's joining with us.
Let's take a quick caution, please.
Watching the ISRC Alaria Production Truck Series race number 10 here this evening.
We just send it off into 1.
New Hampshire. Been a fun one to watch. Don't want to miss it. We'll be back with more racing after this.
Larry ahead is pitting.
Larry ahead is pitting.
You know where the trucks are at today, or this week on official?
Vegas, I believe.
It was Vegas last week, which was random.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I mean, it was kind of random. It was at Vegas last week, and then I don't know what they're gonna do this week. Hopefully, Chicago win or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look.
Race cars in this line. Race cars in.
Yeah, if I'm not competitive by the 10 mark or so, you know, I might hop out and hop into that truck race. That's what I was asking.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Because I mean, yeah, I still need a lot of work, so I'm gonna need a rash cautions here.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hopefully not the roval.
No, I don't think so. I'll try to pull it up while I'm driving, but you know.
Yeah, you're good.
The pace car is in, turn 3. The pace car's in, turn 4. Alright Dakota, the pace car is just left. Green, 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 let's go. Clear on the low side.
Okay, not to stopping.
We're halfway through. We think about 54 laps of fuel remaining. The car in front is Larry, car number 67.
I got a black. I let the 50 pass like it wanted me to.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag racing.
They're wrecking big. Oh my God, Tyler's flipping.
Number 3.
Oh my God, Tyler!
A little bit of a
It's
drift.
a
Give an
closed.
opportunity for
Pace
Christopher.
car is out.
Oh
Line
no!
up single file.
Flipping!
Current car
Oh
number
goodness
42.
gracious!
We need to catch car
Trouble!
number
Striking
42.
further on back.
Damn it, I didn't want to get a
I don't know
1X.
who that was that was
Oh
flipping. It
well.
looked like it was maybe
I
a
can't feel my leg.
that went
Pace car
flying
speed
up
is
into the sky and
55
into the
miles per
clouds.
That's what we needed though.
Tyler Dingler went for a ride.
Alright, well that worked
Yeah,
out.
that worked out good, huh?
Yeah.
We need a tarp in turn 3.
Spin into Tyler Dingler, as you can see. Wow.
That's the most
I think
vicious
he gets launched
hook right
into the
from
catch
over direction I think I've seen in a long time.
Scenes here is everybody was a little bit loose and wild here going down into the corner. Dingler's going to see a lot of this happening.
Catch up to car
No
number
way for him
42.
to react here. So he's just minding his own business. So they
We
have
need
the
to
move
catch up
and
to
boom.
car number 42. The pace car is in,
That
turn
is
4.
not the way that you want to be interacting with the track. Gets on all 4 and we continue to race on, but required damage was given to the 19.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
But, man,
Watch your
that
speed limit
wreck,
in the pits.
if you take
We'll
another
fill you to the end
look
of the
at
race.
it, I mean, that was a huge wreck, and there were some monster players
Box
around.
in.
Hey, Jared, can you
incident.
pick-
I mean,
you pick my damage?
surely you got Mark Whitley
3,
here.
2,
These are all drivers that Thomas Green.
Box now.
This is huge competition. You're not expecting to
Right
be involved in
front,
around this
220.
incident.
Tyler went all extra
Whitley's
mode.
low, Shelley's
96.
down low, and it's a lone 19 on the outside.
Not too
just
bad.
trying to survive, but
For
Shelley
however
gets
long we
involved
ran.
there. It's just every driver's act that needs a good run. I feel like they've been getting caught up in wrecks.
New Hampshire has been
There's such
a
a tires
disaster
fit
for
now.
those drivers for sure, Sam. It's not been a great night for them. Dingler just taking the wild ride there, but with the timing of this yellow, this is going to help
The
that
pace
fuel
car's in,
situation. We
turn
talked
3.
about how it was right on the edge of the window. Well, this caution here, in my opinion, should make these drivers good to make it to the end if we were to go green. And of course, if we got that green light checkered, that would be an interesting scenario. I think
Full course
most
yellow,
people
pits are open.
As Dangler still has required damage, couple of fake moves for drivers all around, but
Catch
taking
up to
the
car number
run up
67.
front, Vincent Sora, what a charge for himself. I gotta say though, that caution really helping out Trent Jump because he got snapping loose, and he was gonna lose more positions than just
I know
the one
Jared
that
was
he
gonna
lost
keep
to
fucking
Christopher
backing
Morris.
up
He
or
did
not,
not
so I'd
look
like
at any
sneak down to the
momentum.
grass,
That
caught a
caution really
1X,
helped out drivers up
unfortunate.
front.
Because you get a 1 bonus point
for
for
sure,
0X,
definitely
so.
helped the field because
But
not only
all
like
good.
we said was Jared Thomas
We can get in the
still
wreck,
going off
so
to a corner, but
that's what's
there
important.
was so many of them up front that were having problems. I think Cochran was one of them, had a big issue there, and we'll see how this works out now. I mean, you got the Cochran Sora Racing teammates up here together up into the front, so see how they work these restarts. Christopher Norris now, of course,
Catch up to car
we've seen
number
his long run
67.
pace, but how is his short run pace going to last? Because he kind of came out of nowhere. That's what I'm trying to think is, are you going to have to give up spots here to do that same type of saving and have that same type of speed late in the run? Or will we just see those drivers be the ones to be the fight out?
Restarting 18th too, so
big
back on the lead lap, back
all
on the same
around.
strategy as
We're getting
everyone
ready to
else.
go
Follow car number
just a
00.
few
The
moments.
outside lane. Okay,
Here's
to
we take a look
get ready.
at
It's about to
the
get crazy
end
into
of
the
this
race.
truck that sits on pit road. I know Joshua Kanata spent quite a bit of time this week as Florida was dealing with a lot of horrific hurricanes the last couple of weeks, and wanting to help out and give a shout out to the American Red Cross. If you text Red Cross to 90999, it'll help in Zone 8 to help with the relief. Thank you so much to everyone that's already tried to help in relief donations to Florida. That was
Mark
really
Whitlett's back here. I'm sure he
by
won't
these
be
last two
sandblasting his way
hurricanes.
through the field.
It's been a crazy hurricane season, but I know Josh Kanata was hoping for a better day, but just the 16's got 2 more races. I think he's now in a must-win scenario as his night is over. But up front, I don't think the chaos is over though, as we got Vincent Sora, Danny
Next car is
Cochran.
just left.
How are the teammates going to play nice here on this restart, or will
Green
they?
flag.
Then you've got Christopher Norris, Trent Jump, John Force, Nick Crawford, Snowy Desert Racing, Armadillos. They're ready to go as green flag is out of the air for the GOAT
The next car is
135.
Morales, car number
See here,
8.
Vince Soros electing to take the bottom
Hold your
of his
line.
teammate and Cochran on that restart. And Cochran
Yeah,
is
almost
the
wrecked
last
in front of
alongside
us.
here,
Thought
so
there was about to be
Vince
another right hook.
I get black
Now,
first,
does
back
this
into
teammate
yellow.
Vince Soros look to get
Hold your
back?
line.
This is interesting to see.
I mean, we have heard
there.
about Snowy Desert Racing, how
I
they've
tried to
talked
give it
about
back.
being
We were
able to
side by
help the
side
teammates
after
out, help the
victory.
teammates get into victory lane.
He's still
Are we
there.
going to see that from Cocker-Sora
Looks like
Racing
clear.
with
Car
Danny
inside.
Cochran, also from Vincent
Thank
Sora?
you.
Will
Hold
they
your
play
line.
nice to help Danny
16.
Cochran make the playoffs, because
Hold your line.
the 2 is practically in a must-win scenario as
Still
Vincent
there.
Sora backs out on the entry of the corner, gives the
Still
lead
there.
to the 2 of Danny Cochran.
The next car is
Cochran,
Smith,
2
car
to the
number
lead.
00, A license. Their rating is 3.2. Car inside, hold that line.
Many things. It really
Still
allows
there.
him to feel a lot of pressures off. I mean, he's still got to
Still
be
there.
top 20 in points, but definitely could take a lot
Still-
of pressure off of that too, trying to get his way.
Sorry, John.
Drivers farther back, such as Thomas Green, are trying to recover from the incident earlier. As he's going to go around the outside of Cody Reed and Ali Fonseca.
Multiple drivers over the radio just giving a lot of woo, we made it through that issues. I was off the exit turn 4.
All right.
Multiple drivers breaking loose. Another driver breaking loose in the
Hold
middle of the
your
field. It's Mark Whitley in the 77 having
Still
some
there.
issues as he snaps loose right in front of
Still
Ethan
there.
Smith. Smith able to make the pass, and other drivers trying to
your line.
find ways to get by the 77, which Zach, this has
Still
been the
there.
weak point. Mark Whitley can look
Clear on the
strong
inside.
early on when he's in clean air. He gets in traffic. It just looks like the 77 just falls apart.
This season has been a tough one for that exact thing. It's just been, as the race goes on, things get worse for him. He has some bad luck play out, and right now, Whitley definitely.
Bro said all right, like he doesn't pinch every single
verse
person that he passes.
On the inside of Ethan Smith here down the back straightaway, trying to claw his way back into the top 13. But at one point, this 77 was in the second position, fighting for possibly a win. Now the struggle after that long run, he's gonna have to make it.
Another big reason why Mark Whitley is so far back is spent extra time in pit road getting damage repair after being.
Oh, he dumping him. Oh, Whitley just dumped Sipes.
Got some damage repaired. Looks a little bit more clean.
That was a straight up dump if I've ever seen one.
Mark Whitley just sending Sipes to the shadow realm with that one.
Oh man, I had seen those two talked about.
This car is out. Line up single file behind car number 00.
Sorry, got back to the throttle too soon. Tried to whip, but too late.
In the 77, and the 80 kind of crowded the 77. So
Sure.
this is a little bit
Next
of
car speed is 37 miles per hour. Next car is in turn 2.
because you didn't really cut me any slack, so you're not gonna get any slack cut here either. As the 77, good drive off the exit of 2.
Yeah, that
right
looked
there to the
cool.
bumper of the 80. I don't know if the 80 had to suddenly
We need to
lift.
catch up to
what
car
happened
number
exactly,
00.
but definitely
Next
the
car is in
77
turn
into the
3.
rear of the 80
Full
spinning
course yellow.
around.
It's our
Goes around a little late for Sipes. No one makes contact, doesn't hit the wall, but Stovall almost made it a multiple car collision there. It's the 42 able to get around for himself. Stovall's been having a rough day. 2 laps down currently. And as long as Stovall didn't
Yeah, I
go
saw
into
the
the
whole
grass,
shit happen right in front of me there.
He should get the lucky dog and get another lap back as Right on board with the 42, just woo-hoo-hoo. Hits the brakes, games away. No contact, no issue. Lucky Dog will be given the 42.
Great moment.
The old forgot, the old I thought I got out of it, huh?
Now
Yeah,
these quick yellows,
that's what we're going with.
Yeah. On the pit road, worth it. And I think a few drivers coming down, Cody Reed, the likes of Mark Whitley, of course, Isaac Shelley, Larry Yingling, Nick Crawford, Joshua Kanata, Samuel Garcia, Martin Morales. So many drivers coming into pit road to get service done.
I mean, Mr. Gamble,
I'm watching
from
Las
Vegas, gonna be seeing Nick Crawford trying his chance to go out for another gamble here of pitting and being the leader. And
oh, we still got 2 sets of tires in the
surprise.
pits.
I think it's been a talking point for the last couple of weeks after Nick Crawford got his second win of the season. It was, do we just follow Nick's strategy? And there were multiple drivers entering in. A teammate of Nick Crawford, Cody Reed, follows. Also Mark Whitley into pit road just to check on that vehicle, make sure it's okay, and get tires with Sipes, Freed, Yingling, which I think that's kind of another shocker. Larry Yingling, who's been one of the most consistent drivers of being inside of the top 10.
Pace car is out.
Struggling to get top 5 finishes for the 67.
Maybe come down, slap a set on here after this caution.
We have not talked about Larry at all in that red machine.
Nah, after that first wreck, really, of the event earlier, really haven't talked about him much, and we'll see, you know, if he can climb his way up there. Yingling is one of those drivers where he'll run back farther here. He's been struggling in this series so far, but he just always can figure out a way just to get a decent finish and get those solid points that he's going to need. So we'll see what he can do to climb his way forward, but definitely an interesting strategy.
53 to go when we take the green flag.
Those tires coming to pit road. It looks like, again, Crawford going to be that first one out, back in 13th. We'll see if he can make his climb forward. The only thing I worry about is, yes, he does have 15 laps difference on tires, but a lot of these laps have been under yellow.
Split decision. Half the field staying out, half the field taking tires. We'll see who's going to have the better decision. It's going to be the teammates of Cochran Sora Racing up front. With Danny Cochran, Vincent Sora, then Trent Jump in third, or stage winner. Christopher Norris fourth, Presley Sora fifth, sixth being John Forsop's green seventh, eighth Cedric Hunter. That's another driver we've seen, been talking to bits and pieces here and there. Cedric Hunter, one of the biggest mover in points, went from being the bubble driver last week to feeling very comfortable into the top 12. He runs currently in 8th place. Ollie Fonseca, another driver that's needing a good run. Enters tonight's race 23rd in points. He needs to be inside the top 20 and with the win. And Ollie's going to have 2 opportunities after tonight. He's got that of Charlotte and Atlanta to try to make the playoffs. And I think that 24, could be a driver to watch out for, especially next week at Charlotte. But for up front, again, it's the teammates.
All right, here we go. Let's do it again here.
Start. Danny Cochran ready for the launch. Surprisingly that he took the inside, but we'll see how the two can take off here on the restart zone as the pace car about to make that hard left-hander pit road. Tonight's race, it's the GOAT 138 at New Hampshire into the restart zone, and we are green for the Cochran Sora Racing teammates up front. It's the 2 with the run as he heads down on turn number 1.
Great start for Cochran.
Hold your line. You're in the middle. 3 cars.
Oh yeah, this is
still there.
What legends are made of.
In a second, but it's going to be Christopher Norris who's got the likes of Trenton Jump there alongside him. Jump leading many of the first laps of the origin of this race. We'll see if Jump can
hold your line.
Kind of maybe save those tires a little better because he was not struggling that bad. I think if Trenton was able to manage a little
right here all around. 15th place. You got a car on the low side.
On the inside, you see that orange machine. It's the jack-o'-lantern of Nick Crawford, willing to go 3 wide all the way to the apron.
Still there.
74 looks confident. He's leading the drivers who just came into pit road for tires. Also going to be Cody Reed, Mark Whitley. They're all on the charge to try to make the inside row work, but have to be careful. Seeing a lot of movement on the rear end for the 74, and that wiggles what
I got the tires
on that long green flag run. So of course, got to be careful here as he's making the way through traffic. Is up front, single filed out. It's first side by side. He is with Crawford.
Crawford definitely being the one on the attack, so to say, is trying to use those new tires. I think it's going to take a little bit for those tires to start to show up a little bit too, because we saw Cochran.
Sorry about that, John.
Tires earlier. It really showed on the longer
run. All good.
So
car inside.
we get 20, 30, 40 laps into this run right here. I think that's where you're going to see the likes of
Willie over here, Tokyo drifting it.
The others start to really show their pace advantage that they have with tires. Because right now it just seems
Okay,
like everyone in similar times as it was close for that 74 back there. He almost makes contact with 24 as well.
There's a car on your inside. Hold your line.
We're seeing a lot of trouble off the exit of the corner.
3 wide in front of us.
Closing rain with fresh tires compared to old is getting dangerous. Presley Sora, another big wiggle, forcing Crawford to go high. He'll finally get clear to drop down low, but Presley Sora getting in trouble, and this is going to hurt that inside row just slightly. See drivers trying to make their march forward. It's almost 4 wide for a quick moment, but Mark Whitley takes advantage as everyone has to back off. Cody Reed also keeps his foot in the throttle. The 25-77 trying to push their way forward with Sora and Miller mistake.
Excellent job by Whitley there to take advantage of that moment. He's trying to work this inside once again, but it's loose off the exit. Reed gonna push him down the back straightaway here with Michael Miller up top. Hitting the 77 fine, the speed here to get alongside the 12.
Still there.
I just want to say, Nick, how beautiful that was in 1 and 2.
Really, and doing a great job running that apron. It's always
still there.
Interesting to see drivers
time was
run
31.
Yeah, I mean, the apron has been something that's utilized in the Cup series of different series that we've covered in the past. There's been moments, though, with iRacing updates that it kind of takes away that from being utilized.
Still there.
Yeah, if you're gonna slide job me, at least go if you're gonna slide job me.
Drive, and it has really given us life of different drivers.
Well, that was about to get crazy up here too.
Trouble, strikes further on back. It's the
Come down and get the tires here.
Talmadge that goes around on the backstretch.
Well, looks like all by himself here in the grass. We'll see.
They've got about a top 15 truck tonight, maybe.
I think it's actually going to be just a self-step by him off the exit at 2, so they'll be pretty far behind the group, 1 lap down, running back in 24th to this Jared Talmadge. He's right now, I think, more than anything, just trying to complete laps and
come down and get us some tires here.
Cars in, turn 3.
See if anybody else comes down. I doubt any of the top 5, but maybe, I don't know. It's been a minute since I pit. 20 laps.
Sideways, Jesse Thornton goes by.
Looks like we have some takers.
Yeah, that is just picture perfect of what every driver is dealing with every single lap, and sometimes you hold and you're able to save it.
And there's people staying out, of course. People that just pitted are staying out.
For the other half of drivers that did not pit under our last caution to enter pit road, being led by Danny Cochran and Vincent Sora, but with this advantage of tires, that means you're going deep into with traffic. So we'll see how this is going to be working out. We are on lap 90 of 100.
I didn't check my tires, so
all the coverage here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Zach, I mean, 90 laps in, it's been a fun one. I mean, what has been the biggest things you've noticed so far with the short run, long runs that we've been seeing here this evening?
And what I've noticed really is you got to figure out how you want to manage that, that pace difference. So it's tough to decide if you want to go for that long run, but I think from now on, because just the length of the race we got left here with 45 laps
really
to go,
drifting through the fucking.
It's going to be pretty much everybody pushing full bore. It's going to be go time, and now with a lot of these drivers staying out, looks like Cochran's going to be the first one to run the race off pit road. First 7 stay out. It's going to be quite the interesting battle here. And I'm even interested because Nick Crawford, he came back down. I figured maybe he'd take 2 tires in the 74. He takes 4 tires once again.
That was a thing I was asking some of the drivers before we started the broadcast. A lot of them were saying we weren't expecting 2 tires just because of how loose this vehicle is off the exit.
Like 3 spots, maybe.
Just the risk to reward was not
lost
worth
2 spots.
In a lot of drivers' minds, they were going to be taking 4 tires all the way through, and that's what we've been seeing here all tonight. I haven't seen a single driver attempt 2 tires.
Guys back here. We got Presley back here.
Risky
Isaac,
just breaking 2
Nick.
loops.
Forbes is back here.
That's very true. When you put 2 tires on, a lot of times that's what will happen is you'll get a condition of the truck really wants to over-rotate in the corners, and it adds that looseness.
He's still in the lead lap, right?
Not too surprised to see nobody like to do that, but just for the likes of Crawford to come back down.
Started with 9.5 minutes, and I'm down to like 5.
There, so he's going to be back
on 4.5. So
hell yeah, man!
For him, I think he'll be thinking about that
just
decision
back
call.
in for a couple more seconds.
Now this is going to put the likes of Whitley, Cody Reed, Michael Miller.
Also, thank you from earlier, Ethan. I heard you. I was just too focused.
Is going to be the huge question I think we're going to ask.
No worries,
all
man.
Drivers were given 4 extra sets to work with. Some drivers have taken 3.
I had to get past Ollie so that he didn't right rear me in that same turn.
The track temperature is decreasing. More opportunities to think about taking tires if we get a couple more cautions rattling through, but I want to say thank you to everyone that's been watching with us this evening.
6 minutes of damage.
Enjoy the show. Remember to hit that like button and comment down below
I had
who you're
14.
rooting for. What's been your favorite moment so far of the race? As we are just
but you died. I died, but you died.
Here this evening as Mark Whitley, Cody
I don't know how
Reed
my legs are still
ready
working.
for this restart. Michael Miller in third place, looking for one of his.
There's some very good gymnastics there.
Yeah, it must be a damage issue or something. Because
So
yeah, like I didn't hit the
best
inside wall
finish
that hard,
for
but
Michael
they
Miller
really
was
screwed me.
back in race
Yeah.
number in Iowa.
Yeah, that was like a full tug to a 360 back handspring finish.
We still
Stuck the landing.
racing left here tonight. Mark Whitley, Cody Reed,
To make it
Miller,
social
Sykes,
media.
Yingling, your top 5. As tonight is your race number 10. 2 more after this evening before the playoffs begin. It's time for us to get back to green flag racing. Huge jump for Mark Whitley on the inside, and he's in his favorite place. Clean air and leading up front as we're down into turn number 1.
Oh, it looks like Yingling was going to make the aggressive move, but it's Cochran going through the middle of the 2 machine, but it's Vincent Sword there farther back on the apron. He gets loose. He's going to get checked up, lose a ton of time. So now everybody's stacking up on those fresher tires.
And then for Nick Crawford, he's taking a huge
Damn, Vinny, nice save.
but not able to do so. Instead, they are still piling in. Sora, big loose. His brother goes to the inside. They're going to still be 3 winding up behind them. So the 15 has to get a good launch off the exit of the corner. And the middle of the pack, once again, just where all the calamity is just billowing up. We're waiting for the big one to strike. Yet to happen. But you know it's building to a
Hold on to it.
that someone's just going to make a little slip up of a move. Someone's going to get loose.
Oh, big collision.
They continue.
Cedric, I am so sorry. I will take that.
Is that right in front of you?
Yeah, kinda, yeah. I mean, I got around it.
I don't know why.
Good. Yeah, I thought I saw your truck
Martin,
there.
no.
So I saw them slamming into the wall.
Yeah, Cedric took a
Made
ride.
my butthole go.
74 Nick Crawford getting into the back of the 13.
Hey, thanks for that, Nick.
Morales involved in it. And man, oh man, this yellow right here.
Yeah, them on those big jobs.
Away, and I think helped the drivers that stayed out there.
I appreciate everyone checking up for me there when I got loose on the apron, and I'm sorry for walking up into you. And the 3 Nick, my rears were really hot. Or not Nick, sorry, Ollie.
Expecting Hunter to go a little bit higher, doesn't
Cedric, I need you to pass me.
Spun, and there goes the Hello Kitty machine right into Mark Morales. And Morales' unlucky season just continues on to 8.
Rip.
Cannot find a break at any race, but we'll look back on the see the bumper cam on the 13. You're gonna see the engine descend full with this bump. There it is, and then get hooked and sent off of it's gonna be Crawford's bumper.
That was a
and
pucker moment.
there's a small little incident, and once again, Zach, surprised that drivers aren't moving up on the front stretch or the back stretch when there's space. They're just holding their ground.
That they are, yeah. That was interesting. It was like almost like Cedric Hunter was kind of trying to defend the inside a little bit, so Crawford didn't go up the inside, but then at the same time, it seemed like he was fading out to the right.
Move or I'm gonna wreck you.
So it kind of just caught him in the off square on the left side of the bumper. So that was definitely an interesting moment. It looks like his lap back here and get himself back on the lead lap after his self spin there a few moments ago. So that helps him out. But now we got looks like the likes of Danny Cochran up to 4th with this quick yellow like that. So Cochran did a great job of making quick work to get his way through.
A couple of also drivers are up front, taking a choice to head into pit road for maybe their final time of tonight. Going to be seeing Michael Miller, Larry Yingling, Joshua Stovall get some service done for themselves. Going to be back 17th, 18th, and 19th position. Even more drivers further on back. Going to be Cedric Hunter, Jesse Thornock, Simon Garcia getting even more damage repair done, and Mark Morales Jr. as well. Damage repairs for themselves. Tyler Dangler finally back out there on track after getting his repairs done after being sent up and over into the catch fence, and the 19 hoping to just salvage this evening as we get ready for these drivers to get stacked up and ready to go. I mean, exactly, this was the worry right up during a commercial break of this race. Traditionally, when we see these smaller courses, if we have a long green flag run and then a caution comes out, that's it. We're not expecting to see any more long runs after that.
Yeah, I think the long runs have kind of slipped out the window. So I think now the aggression level is about to pick up, folks. I think everybody has been aggressive already, but we could see a few bit of bumpers being used, because there's desperation that's going to be coming out. I mean, you got the likes of Danny Cochran, who needs to go out there and get this win almost to put himself with any
Follow
shot
car
to
number
have
15
a
to the outside lane. Race cars coming in this lap.
So
We need
we'll
to
see
allow
what
car
the 2
number
is able
12
to do. I
to
mean,
pass.
it's going to be close here, Tim.
I mean, desperation, retaliation.
About
and
37 to
who's got
go
some
when we take the
revenge
green
that they've got
flag.
maybe
Will it go green the whole way, or will we see another caution?
We've already seen incidents.
Chances are we're going
today.
to see another
We've got
caution.
The drivers lined up, going to be first and third. Mark Whitley, Justin Sipes, they just had an issue just 15, 20 laps ago.
I had that
They
one
could be
time.
finding
I was
themselves in a situation
passenger
here
seat.
just on this restart.
F4.
If Sipes decides, you know what, a bumper might be needed.
Anyone hits me, just make it hard enough to get airborne. I want to make it 3 times.
Chance to take up front because Sipes is in a position where he's fighting to get a lot of points, and if he can find a way to somehow sneak into the top 20 in points, he could find his way making the playoffs. Enter tonight 30th. That's a lot of work, but tonight could change everything for this 80 machine as the field's stacked up, ready to go. The 77 going to be your control vehicle on the inside. He's going to have over a car length or more unless Cody Reed has figured out the timing. But Mark Whitley ready to take off and go into the restart zone, and they take off.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a wave I got right hooked up there.
On the back bumper, down into turn number 1 for second place.
Sipes great on the timing there. He's able to stay right with the 77 clear the 25 now. The 2, he's going to look to the inside of Cody Reed here, but I think it's going to take a little time for those tires to fire up, but he's got a great run now, actually. He's going to be looking to the inside of Sipes, I believe.
Danny Cochran, great run for the 2, just slightly fresher tires. Also, Trent Jump's going to be slightly fresher tires. They're going to be fighting for these top positions. One that lingers in 6th, and also for 7th, Thomas Green, Christopher Norris. They might be the next 2 drivers really of note to watch out for if this run decides to stay clean and green. As Mark Whitley, loving the fresh air, he's able to just hit his marks and pull away everyone else side by side as Jump. Big wiggle for the 46.
Big wiggle, but he clears the 25 crucially to get himself up to 4th. Now he's got a decision to make. Does he follow the 80? Does he follow the 2? Looks like the 2 will try to clear the 80. Sipes just can't get it done. Those newer tires not fired up yet. They need a longer run here to help those tires to start to fade.
Fastest lap drafting as Mark Whitley puts down the fastest lap of the race.
You're good, my guy. You're good.
You want to be doing that as this race has the potential to continue to race go green, burning up your tires. Who knows if that's really the right call that you want to go for, but I know for Mark Whitley, he wants to get as far away from the rest of the field as possible.
Still there.
He's trying to run away, so to say, Sam, as he sees now new tires have gotten past Justin Sipes. Danny Cochran on the hunt,
Oh, he's dive bomb central out here. Holy shit.
Still there. Also got the lights of Don
Dive bomb city up in here. Wrecking on the back.
Swirly there with a little bit of contact to Sipes. There'll be 3 wide battling for 4th place. John Forbes, and Jump goes around fully off the exit of turn 2.
Oh no,
Trenton, did you like gas up and spin there? That was really weird looking.
I did, yeah, but I didn't get hit.
It's closed.
Abrupt
Respectable.
halt here.
Luckily didn't hit the wall. Raising off of, I believe those John Forbes off the exit. Well, this is going to be a great view. Seen from the blip cam. This is the initial start that got the 46 out of sorts. Just taps the 80 machine. Gets him squirrely. Trying to get all this positioning back that he just lost. Comes up into the 11. Contact.
One set of tires
he goes into the grass. And luckily, like I said, keeps it off the wall.
The pace car is in,
move on
turn 3.
forward, but going to be losing all of that track time. Luckily for Jump, he's got 2 extra sets of tires in pit road, so take 4 now. Just see what you can recover from here.
Oh, this is interesting if some of these guys
That's a tough
fit
thing here on iRacing is Jump was the truck to the inside of Sipes there.
The leader,
and it
Whitley,
just spins the truck to the inside when the contact is made. And, you know, Sipes in the 80, that was a close call for him. You know, he's lucky that doesn't send him around. It's actually, pit road's super busy. Everybody coming down. I'm super surprised to see this.
Thomas Green stays out. Christopher Norris stays out. Nick Crawford stays out. A mass surge of everyone out front following the leader. And that was not an expected
lucky dog on the high side.
Stays out. Everyone making the hard-charging move to pit road. Top 10 drivers do not. And for you Joshua Stovall fans, he stays out as well.
Black cleared for passing under yellow.
I am so mind blown by some of these pit stops. I mean, we literally just ran the fastest lap of the race, 3 to 4 laps before that yellow flag. I don't see
before the free pass car passed me.
Especially the second group that pitted twice now. You know, likes of Cochran. I mean, you're gonna put yourself back there, Danny Cochran in 14th. and you're going to not even have that big of a advantage from the
stayed out
up
up to
ahead.
fourth now.
This is a 14-lap advantage. This is about what you had from before.
So yeah, this works
Where you
out.
at on your tires?
I have one set left.
Because it's been a caution after just 1 lap to 2 laps ran.
When did you take your last set?
3 to 4 laps.
About 15 laps ago.
Difference on tires,
okay.
even though
it's not bad. I mean, I feel like it evens out pretty fast.
He was 15 laps ago
with the
for
new
a
tires
leader of Thomas Green.
Yeah.
Compared to those that just came out, John Forbes, Vincent
and we haven't had that many green flag laps, so
2 tires for Forbes and Vincent Sora.
Ooh, that is, I mean, if you're going to come
down this
way, I think that's the gamble you go with. I mean, the other tires are definitely not that worn, so this has been an interesting situation, but 10 drivers to go through. If I'm Thomas Green, I'm Christopher Norris. You know, if we get a few quick yellows here and there, this could be very tough for these drivers to get past them.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the drivers missing their box and having to back up. Justin Sipes went from 3rd place up front, entering pit road, exits 18th position. Justin Sipes, your biggest loser after that pit stop.
Such a tough situation there. I mean,
follow car number 38
a lot of these drivers.
I'm gonna take out Pedels.
Get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
On the pit road. You're just following the leader. You're like, oh well, the leaders are coming down. Mostly everybody's going to do it. Then that split decision of the half the field behind says, no, I'm reconsidering this. This is not the right call. I want to stay out. Then you have these split strategies like this. This is definitely shook things up, and even
have you tried the new chicken Big Mac?
You know, the likes of Larry,
delicious.
Joshua Stover, Michael Miller. They're 10 laps
on
their tires where they only had a few green flag laps.
Yeah, they maybe have 1 or 2 full.
Yeah, we just started it like a few days ago.
Probably are in the best.
Is it good?
I haven't tried it. It's just like a giant ass nugget patty, basically.
He's been recovering ever since those first handful of cautions. He had to get damage repair all throughout this race.
People are buying it.
He'll be inside of the top 10. It's just completely shooken up. Some drivers'
I'm sure.
and hopes for a good finish. But it's the 2 drivers that have looked like some of the fastest all throughout this evening.
Green,
Thomas Green, Christopher Norris. They'll be your lead drivers. Pace car to pit road. The GOAT, 135 in New Hampshire, is back underway. And it's Thomas Green pulling away from the rest of the field. As further on back, they're already trying to go 3 wide. And it's John Forbes, Mark Whitley that are making the inside group work. They're willing to pinch. They're almost 4 wide off the exit 2.
Oh man, it was close to being 4 wide there, but that group is stacked up. I think a lot of them are getting stuck back here as the moves are being made. Whitley dropping back as he's stuck on that bottom side.
One driver that's really trying to make some big moves, that's going to be Michael Miller, who is trying to make his surge forward. Also Vincent Sora trying to make the inside the middle groove work, but it's going to be Stovall, the 42 Brown machine. He is just swarmed, stuck. The damage is too rough for him to keep up with the pace of those that just got the freshest of tires. He'll back out, and I think that's the smartest move. Try to get in a position that you can survive the chaos that's rumbling to be created here.
Wow, this is crazy to see. Look at John Forbes. He's going to go all the way to the bottom. He's dropping it nice and low here, and it's going to be Vincent Sora's going to be stacked up here.
Their rating is 3.2.
Smith, this is John Forbes' chance here. He's going to have a great exit actually on the bottom. He's going to go down to 1 now, and he's going to look to go through here.
Thomas Green, your leader, puts down the fastest lap of the race, but it's going to be seeing John Forbes, also going to be Vincent Sora, putting Miller in the pinch. The 11 coming off the exit of the corner. It's been the inside driver is Sora, a little bit of a tail slapper to the 99, and Miller holds on. Now Cody Reed will take an attempt to down to the apron, as again, they're almost a stacked 4 wide. They are a stacked 4 wide. Coming out of turn number 4, Cody Reed on the apron, but somehow they get in line, looking like a Christmas tree. 1, 2, 3 wide of Mystic head into 1.
That was close there. Cochran dives in behind the 15 of Vincent Sora. He almost gets in the back of him as they're trying to follow John Forbes through. The crazy thing to say is they're only up to 6th. They're already 2 seconds behind the leader. Thomas Green still there. Shot out of a cannon.
And Mark Whitley continues to flounder back in 18th position as he has a big slide, and he just sees all this chaos in front of him. Just nowhere to go. Same for Trent Jump for Sipes. All drivers that when they came into pit road, they thought they were going to have the advantage. Instead, they're watching everyone that took 2 tires just succeeding up front, powering their way forward, and about to be making his way up to 3rd place is Nick Crawford making his charge, but it's Steven and John Forbes. It's leading those that got fresh rubber on the last caution.
Forbes is trying everything, Sam. He is going for it. He's got to the outside.
Big slide for the 99. He stacks up everyone. It's Larry Yingling being shoved by all Fonseca as they go through, as they all got clobbered for a quick moment.
Ooh, they somehow kept that together. I think Miller there had some
car inside
with him and Mark Whitley, or sorry, actually
still there.
Cody Reed up ahead of this group, and that's got him around.
Hold your line.
As seen side by side, Mark Whitley jump as well as Stovall. They're trying to have the best run they can. Speaking of the best run that they can, that's not your eyes deceiving you. It's the 5, Dakota Moniz, trying to hold steady for third place currently. Dakota, all the bad luck, all the trouble. Well, he's got to test fate, and he gets contact with Nick. Nick sliding in front of him. They all try to slow down. We stay green. Oh no, the commentator's cards. Oh no!
What on God's green earth just happened?
Teammate on teammate action. Yellow flag is out.
Oh no, that
worked out pretty good, huh?
Terrible to see.
Yeah, I almost got wrecked, but yeah.
Awkward moment. I'm almost.
Somebody didn't catch their break, eh?
The steering of Nick Crawford, because it just seemed like he.
Gotta just look like he was fucking turned from the wall to the Acer.
Right on board.
I don't know, maybe
Here's
it's
what Dakota Moniz's point of view was like. Outside.
That was kind of yikes.
Crawford trying to give space to the inside driver.
I can promise you it wasn't. The right front felt like it was broken, but it seems okay now, so I don't know.
I think he might be right. Go back and take
Well, alrighty then. I guess we'll come down and take our last set of tires.
Fucking pictures put on scuffed tires there. It's fucking terrible.
The only decision he could have had was slam on the brakes.
Sorry for getting into you on the restart there. Like all of a sudden got a 0x and it knocked you sideways. I was like, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like my damn tire, my crew chief or whoever put on some fucking old ass tires. Dude, it feels like shit compared to what it did the last 2 runs. Like it has no, like it's terrible.
3, 2.
Judged which side of the wheel's on, because he flipped the wheel 336.
We don't have any damage.
Track cooled down again.
2, 8.
And you can see, look at the wheel, still just pointing dead left. I don't know if he just didn't think
I don't think it felt hotter, so I don't know. It's just weird. I should have felt fine, and then this set of tires looks like terrible.
One you don't normally see from Nick Crawford.
No, but what it's
I've honestly had that happen to me in past races or whatever, where you're running pretty good and then all of a sudden you pit and it's just like you're fucking one of the slowest guys on track. It's not, it's hard to explain, but
this now gives another chance for more drivers.
Got the tires
to
where
come
somebody
into
pissed
road,
in the mixture.
And the one that stays out with the oldest of tires, it's Christopher Norris.
Oh yeah, Captain Jumbo riding in the right side of the truck over there, adding about 400 pounds of right side weight. He just doesn't turn, doesn't get off the exit, doesn't get in the corner, doesn't do nothing.
He's just protecting those tires. I think that this 38 is in a prime position up front, as we're going to be with 20 laps to go. It's going to be less than 20 when we go green.
I like the call from Christopher Norris there to stay out. The decision of Thomas Green there to pit from the lead, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. The one thing I will say for him, he's going to have an 11 lap difference on tires here compared to the drivers ahead, and it's going to be actually about the 8 to 9 lap green flag lap difference, because we actually had a decent little run right there. So this could very well make things a little bit more interesting.
This is going to be interesting 20 laps to the end.
I know we're not probably on great terms right now, but you are punching a little bit, Justin.
There to get himself up there, but if you're Christopher Norris, I think if you're just solid enough from here, especially with the cool of these tires, you should be able to have a good enough launch here to be able to have something at least to fight with here.
The trees and stuff.
As we are getting prepared for this restart.
Isaac, you've been blinking quite a bit here too, by the way, on restarts especially.
It's going to be Vincent Sora, Danny Cochran, Ali Fonseca, first time he's been up front. Danny Cochran, always sponsored by our title sponsor for the ISRC Productions. You're looking for a way to enjoy your day, you're looking for just an enjoyable time.
On that one
Watch
restart,
Larry
I'm
Hart
going
Productions on YouTube and Instagram. Wendy's partnered up with SpongeBob in the most recent video from Larry Hart Productions as he reviewed having himself a Krabby Patty sandwich from Wendy's, and an enjoyable video that you do not want to miss. Always love Larry's food reviews.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
And he's always trying to make a good laugh as these drivers get ready. Zach, up front, we know Norris, he's trying to prepare for a win this season. He would love to get one, but there's also still a lot of other hungry wolves directly behind him.
Oh, that's for sure, Sam. I think Norris.
Sorry, Martin, I'm coming.
Alright, Dakota, the pace car has just left.
I deserve that.
One of the most competitive drivers out there.
Green flag.
Vince is swearing for probably the most competitive driver out there. Then you got the two-a-day Cochran who wants to win this thing. So
Car inside.
to get himself to the chase, it's going to be
still there.
No holds barred here.
I mean, Danny Cochran, driver who is still searching for a win this season.
Surely this doesn't end in a fucking 7-car pile up.
Victory lane. Green flag is back in the air for the go 135, and Ollie Fonseca shipping it down into the inside row, almost trying to go 3 wide for that second row. Instead, he'll slot back into his groove, but it's the teammates side by side off the exit turn 2. Norris, John Forbes looking good behind them. They're still trying to sort things out.
Presley!
He wants 2 wins in a row. He would love to take that.
Got a car on your inside.
You're heading into the final 2 regular season races.
Still there.
But Christopher Norris, you know he's going to fight for everything. He wants this win, but it's the 2 of Danny Cochran, the one that's in 3rd right now, that has the most to lose. He's going to be out there trying everything.
Okay, Dakota,
I mean, you can also say the same for Norris, where he's at.
39.
Christopher Norris just wants a little bit of a buffer zone. Danny Cochran wants a berth to the playoffs. The 2, much different solidifying position that he's in. And looking at these drivers, 17 laps to go. John Forbes obviously looks like the stronger competitor up front. He's going to be the biggest threat to try to beat. But if you're Danny Cochran, Christopher Norris, the last time Danny won a race was last season at Bristol.
Yeah, man, I dropped out. I had
stealing a last lap pass over Christopher Norris.
Yeah, and I was
trying to defend over Danny Cochran.
Anyway, good luck.
All right, later, brother.
All
right, man.
Listen, I know I can use passenger seat last time, but you don't need to be my driver's seat.
Car high.
Fonseca is the
What are we doing?
Yeah, I walked the left front up a little bit, my bad, Norris. I really didn't mean to do that.
They're 3 wide, 4 wide, and Thomas Green
Sorry, I mean,
they keep it together.
Thomas Green on those fresh tires trying to make his way up to the front, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time. He's going to need some time to probably for help.
Hold that line.
Cochran, big dive bomb move on Christopher Norris. And now the 2 is going to be trying his best attempt to pull away, but here's going to be the racing action to watch out. Can they survive? You got Joshua Stoffel in the thick of it for that 42 machine as he's trying to go and drive for a top 10 finish after his rough day. Also, you got Shelley Sipes trying to recover as well. It's going to go East Fresh Rubber, but there's the big bump. Ethan Smith to the 25, and Cody Reed. Reed's trying to recover his night. That's been kind of a rough one over the first couple of laps, but it has been tough for a lot of these drivers, but pulling away up front. It's John Forbes, comfortable, but for how long? As another big slide for the 80 machine of Sipes.
P12.
Another big slide for Sipes, but it's the 38 of Christopher Norris here, putting it on the door of the 15. The 15 is going to run the apron. The 38 is going to run the yellow line, but I think the 15 is going to have the drive off. He makes the pass up to 3rd for Vincent.
Gee, that was nuts.
Cochran run down Forbes, though.
As trouble for further on back for Michael Miller. We continue to stay green. I've got a feeling if we're going to see a wreck, it might be around the 80 machine of Sipes. Every corner he has been snapping loose with drivers around him. Luckily, no one else has been caught up in the slipping and sliding. But he's finally getting some fresh air, but now here's the dive bomb onto the inside of the 50. Esteban Garcia, who's been having his own recovery run after early troubles and early wrecks. 80 tries to stay low on the apron, exits out. That's the cleanest run he's had so far. But we'll put our sights back up front because John Forbes looks comfortable, but second place, it's the teammates from Cochran Sora Racing. Danny Cochran, Vincent Sora. Can they run down this 11 machine, or is Forbes too fast to catch up with 12, soon to be 11 laps to go?
Your lap time was
on the freshest set of tires right now, the farthest up. Presley Sora up to 5th. That time by was about a 10th faster than all the drivers ahead. That's not enough, though. He's going to need more than that. He's probably going to need to get a few spots and get himself a yellow flag. But watch out for the likes of the 12. He's got a little bit in his back pocket. But Vincent Sora battling with his teammate here. He wants to go fight for a win.
And they're trying to catch up to John Forbes. Other clusters of drivers around one another. It's going to be around 9th, 10th position as Joshua Stovall as well as Trenton Jump and Shelley are around one another. They've got Mark Whitley, and also going to be Thomas Green right ahead of them as they're battling side by side for this 9th place position. What a recovery drive from the Brown crew, trying to have one of his better finishes of the season. He already had a top 10 finish earlier in the season for himself. That was 8th place at Michigan. Here tonight, runs 9th. He could get that season best finish if he can somehow scoot ahead of Isaac Shelley, our pole sitter of tonight's race.
It's going to be tough to do. Shelley's had a lot of speed, but Stovall has been fine.
The next car is track car number 46. A license.
But it was Vincent Sora who got around Danny Cochran, actually. Up to second for the 15. Can he run down now the likes of John Forbes, who's opened up about a 0.6 of a second gap?
Attack and go. Update for the ADA machine of Justin Sipes. Forced to pit road. The tires just fell away. Was not comfortable. Was losing too much ground. And he'll send himself into pit road. We'll see if he gets back out on track. As the battle for that second, third, and fourth place position starting to ramp up. Presley Sora is catching the 2 and the 15.
Yes, Sora is closing the gap down. Thomas Green also in 5th, closing the gap down. So right now, those two who took those tires looking much better than they were before. Now trying to close their way down. They're going to need, I think, the help of a caution here. There's no way they're going to catch John Forbes unless we get this bag rocked together, but at the same time they want to find a few spots before coming.
Well, some drivers further on back, see those hands really working for Vincent Sora. Watching Mark Willey, he's starting to fall back into the clutches of Joshua Stovall. They actually in contact through 3 and 4, so I think some drivers, they're not over just yet. They're seeing opportunities to pounce and take off and go. One driver, though, that's fading quickly, Christopher Norris, on some of the oldest tires of anyone out on track. He took the gamble, he took the risk of taking track position. It just has not worked out for the 38. A top 10 finish is what he's hoping for with 7 laps to go. Bound to be 6. As John Forbes crosses the line, the 11, confident, comfortable, and continues to try to pull away from the rest of the field. But it's 1/10 every lap that ticks away, and if it continues at that rate, Vincent Sora would be close enough for one last chance for a dive bomb move.
See if he can continue to click away those laps. It's just going to be tough here. Forbes has been so spectacular so far once he's got out to this lead here. But we'll just see here off the exit, Sora closing the gap down, running on a little bit of a different line there. And again, that time by a little bit quicker, so he's got to continue that march, but he's going to need a little bit more.
He does need a little bit more, and that just wasn't enough. He's just not fast enough to get close. And right now, Presley Sora put pressure on Danny Cochran, who's going to be losing another spot for himself to fall to 4th place as the 12. Making the charge on the outside, a very different lane. We're seeing John Forbes basically just sticking to the apron. Presley Sora, on the other hand, running about 2 grooves higher through both 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're seeing a very different run, and it's working out for the 12 to catch up to the 15 and the 2, but I'm looking at the overall pace. It's not fast enough to catch up to John Forbes, though, with 4 laps to go.
Not enough, but if he gets a yellow, that will mean where his opportunities will come. He wants to get by his younger brother, Vincent Sora, if you're Presley Sora, but you know that's going to be tough. Vincent's going to fight for every little thing here to hold back his older brother, but even his older brother there, a little bit loose off the exit of the corner, losing a little bit of time as even that time by, Vincent Sora the fastest of that group.
3 laps to go. For John Forbes, he continues to look up that flag stand and just cross your fingers, hope that a caution doesn't come out. There's a couple of battles that are happening throughout the field, but for the 11, it's clean sailing at this moment as he continues to stay about 6 tenths ahead of Vincent Sora and over a second ahead over Presley Sora. The Sora brothers, they would have wished for more, but now it's 2 laps to go here for the GOAT 135, and John Forbes, Zach, he's been picture perfect when he gets up front.
That he has, and he wants to be the first driver to get 3 wins this season. He has been so good up to this point. Him and his teammate Nick Crawford, both 2 victories up to now. Last week he got that second victory at Argo. He's going to look to add another to the tally this week.
Continues to just drive on and prove as each lap looks
honestly, all
secure.
things considered, I will take 12th place.
You see the white flag. This race is official for John Forbes, as now it is all about making it to the line for the 11.
Hello, Danny. Good one, John.
John Forbes made the call to come down to pit road. He diced his way through the traffic, and that's what's going to end up putting him in the position to win tonight's race.
You look at the
All right,
most
well,
wins column.
You said you do good with the op.
But that marker of the most wins grows ever so smaller. John
Not my best
Forbes,
track for sure,
he's
but
the
we'll take
GOAT when you
12,
look
to
at
be honest with you.
championships, and he'll be one
Morning, John.
win behind Mark Whitley. Your winner for the GOAT.
Hey, 42, that was some fun racing on those last 10 laps. Good job.
Third win of the season.
Yeah, I had a blast, man. Appreciate you racing the clean right there.
2 in a row and third of the season, like you said, Sam. He's building big momentum and looking to be a 3-time in a row champion. Also, when we get to that chase, this guy, unbelievable.
Look out for the pit speed
He just
limit.
continues to impress each and every season. You saw the potential back in season 2 for John Forbes when he got over 6 wins, and it just every season you saw the consistency grow and more and more. In the last few seasons, especially the championships, these last 2, John Forbes looked untouchable at times. But here tonight, once he got that clean air, no one was catching him. At moments looked like there was a maybe, but it just was not enough. Congratulations to John Forbes in the 11 machine as he gets to burn it down here at New Hampshire. We will be back right after this. We get to talk to John Forbes and the Sora brothers of Vincent Sora and Presley Sora, as well as Spotlight Driver, right after this.
Yeah. Let's break early. Try to make this run. Yeah, that was definitely my bad. Yeah, I was trying to let Nick go, but started breaking early. Turned it. Doesn't take quite that long. We'll make it real quick. Got on it. We're at the Roval. 31 points out. Probably not going to make the next round when he's in, but we'll I'll back here. If not, we'll catch you guys in the next one.